Hello everyone, this is Untitled 2 and welcome to another mod overview, this time on simple difficulty, a mod that adds a thirst and temperature system and is fairly similar to Tough as Nails. Now it does add a fair amount of other additional things to it besides the thirst and temperature systems. There is juices, there's chunks for certain crafting components, a canteen, purification of water, and a few other additional things. So I'll try and cover everything as best I can. There is mod support for the following. I'm not going to be covering these because they mostly just sort of add support for things like the mod considering, say, biomes of plenty biomes based on their temperature and certain other additional stuff. So most of that I'm not going to be covering, as I'll be covering most of this in the main biomes of the game anyways. So, we do have hypothermia at the moment. Hypothermia, sorry. Because it's too hot. So, let me get it out of here, if possible. And I'm going to have it. Just go here. Now, what you want to do when using the mod is obviously keep in mind the actual indicator there, but also what your options are for armor, water, available sources of drinks, food, and otherwise. So, other than the icon, there is a thermometer which you can get with redstone and glass. Use that to obviously display the following here. If you don't have it in your inventory, obviously it won't be there. But it pretty much tells you what your current temperature is. So obviously if you're in a desert, it'll be reasonably hot. If you're in, say, water or in a more temperate or cold biome, it'll change accordingly. And you can see it display not only here, but also in the middle on the actual dial besides the number changing. So if you don't know when what your temperature is, besides this being more of a warning to say, okay, it is too hot or too cold and you have more of a hypothermia or hyperthermia chance, then yeah. Other things to consider is magma chunks, which you can use to make a heater or a magma block, which you get magma chunks from mining magma blocks. You can also use them for heat resistance potions, and the ice chunk is also used for a bunch of other things, such as a chiller, being the opposite, cold resistance potion, and you can use it for ice armor, as well as making ice blocks. So if we just mine a few here, you can see the chance at which you will drop them. And if we do the same for the magma chunks, you can see the chances there as well. In terms of these potions though, I'll actually see how we do in comparison. So don't have a thermometer, which we'll apply now, and see how much of a difference that makes to us with the potion enabled. So for cold resistance, we're getting about 19, which isn't too bad, so that's pretty stable. If we try and use heat resistance, will it counteract it? It will not, so we'll apply both at the same time. And it'll probably just be sort of possibly a bit better, possibly just about in between, so not much difference there. So we'll get some milk to remove that. We'll try the heat resistance, and we should be good. Now we are thirsty because I drank some milk which isn't purified, so that is interesting. You can't really use milk alongside this mod. You can only use purified water, which you can just get a water bucket and put in a furnace. You get purified water. There's also canteens, of course, you can make with just leather, and from there you can just go between that to sort of, I guess, remove the NBT tag or sort of make it a bit more normal or something. And you can use a charcoal filter to purify either a water bottle or the canteen. So the heat resistance has got us at 20, and it's just not giving us hypothermia. So that's good. We wanted to though, obviously. We've got the bar here, which is our thirst, which obviously if we drink from a canteen, the regular one, it's going to make us thirsty, and it's going to try and remove what we've got there. Now, I don't have hunger because I'm pretty sure I've got another mod that's removed the display of hunger and it's only focusing on health, so don't worry about that. But if I use purified one, it'll add, it seems, additional here, which I think is supposed to be working obviously with hunger bars, since I've got spots of like carrot addition in here for other purposes. Obviously if it's full, you can't keep using the canteen, but you have up to 3 uses of it. I don't know if it states here any... Probably does state in that how much it fills. No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's probably just a fairly reasonable amount. We'll just wait for that to drop in the meantime, though. Next up, we have campfire, which if I get a flint and steel, we probably should be able to light this. That'll just be good for heat, need be in cold biomes. In terms of food you can put on it though, we'll find out if that is possible. There's another furnace. Seems to be I'm just eating it anyway, so that's not helping. No, so it's not doing that. And it doesn't want to anyways. Okay, we'll try with a hopper, which is a bit silly, but we'll find out what's possible. Nothing. So it just seems to be a heat source, it's not for cooking things like a furnace would be. Which is simply made with just some logs and planks. Otherwise, we have the different juices and armors left, it seems. I guess besides the heater and chiller, which I'll cover next, as well as the enchantments. So the armor has it where, if you wear this, obviously you'll be a lot more cooled off, which is obviously made with the following ice chunks, and has very few durability and protection, so you're going to want to use this only in specific situations, which again, if you find ice, you'll have quite a bit of luck with cooling off quickly. And you have the cloth armor, which again doesn't have much durability or protection, but you can use that for possibly in heated biomes, or possibly just as some early protection, similar to a wood armor or something in other mods, if you don't have access to leather or iron straight away. I don't think I'm going to get damp here, so that's a good sign. Otherwise, we've got the juices, which we'll go through, which we can't consume right now, so that's a good sign. Let's see, actually I can just go into the desert with this because it doesn't really matter there. So, I'll put this on. One thing though, I guess with the ice armor is that I think it does... No, it doesn't, okay. The fire just went out at the time. I wasn't sure if it would extinguish the fire. So, it's good to know. Now, while I don't have hunger, the results may vary with these juices, so keep that in mind. I'm going to try and consume these if possible, unless they only are for the thirst, it seems. But we'll see. Thirsty, we'll want to apply the effect of then instead, if it doesn't work for that. It may probably work for hunger, but we'll see. It should most likely, though, work. Oops. Thirsty, yes. What am I missing here? Thirsty. Should just apply it, shouldn't it? Let's see. Oh, whoops, simple craft. Thirsty. That's what I was after. I was doing it wrong. That's why I was doing it wrong. So if we drink the apple juice here, you can see it fills up a fair bit. Obviously, you get rid of the effect, because we don't need it anymore. Beetroot juice is just beetroot and sugar, and I'm assuming, yeah, the rest of these are just sugar and a corresponding fruit or cactus. Probably going to fill up the bar quite a bit here, so I'm going to have to go between them. So you've got a lot of alternatives besides just the main ones to actually get thirst increases. Forest root. And finally, golden apple juice. At least for that row, which is now finished. That. I've got the following here as well. Which thirst completely removes the point of absorption here. Even though it's not for thirst in general anyways. So, yeah, we'll just get... Can I clear from that? I don't think so. Effect clear is what I was after, I don't know why. Let's see. Nope. Clear entity. That's what I'm wanting. So, golden apple juice, or golden carrot juice, sorry. Bit less than, getting the same, just sugar, water bottle, purified bottle actually, in particular, possibly for all of these. Blistering melon. Melon. Pumpkin will probably do quite a bit, so just in case. Well, no, fortunately not. And purified, which, again, too much there. Finally, we just have the chiller and heater, which obviously you can just turn on as a light, and it'll increase your temperature most likely. Depending on how close you are. At least that's the guess here. So that's the actual biomes. Let's see, chiller and heater. When powered by redstone will chill their area respectively, and is not affected by walls. We do also have the rain collector as well, which I have forgotten about, which collects up to 3 buckets of rain and can be retrieved with a bottle. So, no indication there. We get a bottle for a hopper. Should probably be able to see. Obviously I'm in a desert, but which doesn't really make this work too well. For showcasing, there we go, here. I'm assuming after a while it should allow us to, unless we just have to simply right click and not have anything in the way. Either way it should work though. Thanks so much for watching though, and goodbye. Just check for conflicts just in case though. Difficulty. Client, alternate temperature, thirst saturation, thermometer, and a few other things here for thirst. Temperature, peaceful, debug, a bunch of other additional things, underground, and so on. Drops. Just in case. Doesn't seem to be them getting it there. So it definitely should work, it's just doesn't have